It's amazing the people who are working for peace. And they're laughed at, they're made fun of, they don't like America, and some of them have even seen the middle finger. And they keep on keeping on. And these are the people that I've met as I've made my way to various peace groups and events around the country. And it makes me realize that the energy to stop war is out there. It just has to be exploited. We have to go look for it and bring it out because it's there. And we've got to push up against this tremendous echo chamber that keeps smashing down the motives, the character, the soul, the patriotism of people who dissent. If you have no dissent, you have no democracy. And somehow we have millions of Americans now who believe that, you know, to dissent, especially in a time of war, is treasonous. And that's what we've got to stop. We've got to stop that. Come on, we don't have to invade all these countries. It's not making us safer. And you know what? Everybody agrees. This is not a controversial statement. And yet we go to war. I mean, and there are people in Congress who never saw a war they didn't want to go to. I think we have to evolve out of this. And I really see the Peace Alliance as central to this effort. I think the biggest enemy we have is cynicism. Oh, what does it matter what I do? Blah, blah, blah. And if you say, we're going to, hey, war happens. I mean, what kind of an attitude is this? You know, it's like saying, hey, pedophilia happens. And then we use all this language, you know, our soldiers don't die, they fall. They're fallen. You know, it's harm's way. What does that mean? So all of this is an effort to soften the blow. That's why Bush said, don't take pictures of the coffins. So if you can put a distance between the blood on the battlefield and the people at home, you can have all kinds of wars. You know, your young people get to go and drive a big truck, especially young people from small towns who want to get out of town more than they want to go to war. And so all these things, I feel, conspire. Profit, war merchants. In the early part of the Iraq War, Halliburton stock was at $33. In 1 year, two things doubled. The number of Americans killed went from like 1,000 to 2,000. And Halliburton stock went from $33 to $66. This is like in the first year of the war. Now, what is war profiteering to you? And how the hell do you stop a war when so many companies make so much money engaging in it, supplying it, offering all kinds of black boxes and all the new cyber stuff? You have to know what you're up against, or you'll never be effective. But the biggest thing I think you have to guard against is cynicism. People who just throw up their hands and say, hey, I'm going to live my life. That's hurtful when you see people who have the heart and this, you know, the energy just goes right out of them. The real issue is, it can be done. We have the people. We have the votes, if you want to put it that way. Most Americans, believe it or not, were against the invasion of Iraq. It wasn't a big plurality. We had more than 50% opposed the war, going, why are we doing this? There wasn't a lot of thunderous pushback, but it was there. And our job, this is, you know, the Peace Alliance and everybody else in this game, and I don't know anybody in the center of this game more than you are, and I admire you so much for that. We've got to somehow tell people it is possible to change this kind of militarism. You can do it. And that's the biggest part, you know? We can't take the long journey to peace if we don't first climb over the wall of apathy and people who just don't care. And I think you're doing a very effective job at that. More and more people are hearing you, hearing other peace voices. Boy, I hope I've made myself clear. I have so much admiration for what you're doing. I truly believe you are saving lives. I'm not kissing a baby, but I believe this. And I believe in the purpose and the soul and the strength of other peace groups as well. And it's been a wonderful opportunity for me. This movie has allowed me to meet all these wonderful people. And it's been a moment, certainly a chapter of my life. And I will never forget it, and I hope to keep on keeping on.